Thank you very much. I took one particular sentence from the earlier session, which really struck my mind, and that was making accounting really sexy. Okay, so that's really a good start for this discussion now, because please welcome my panelists, the key competency of provider industry when it comes to revenue accounting and order accounting nowadays. So we have Burcu, we have Stefan, we have Philip, we have Sebastian, and we have Lee. So we represent Hitit, Amadeus, Axelia, Lufthansa Systems, and ACA on this stage. Thank you very much. All right, so maybe my first question and my second goes to all of you. Looking back into, let's say, the last year's event up to today, when we look into our legacy-based revenue accounting versus the order accounting, from your perspective, what has changed? Specifically, what have your solution could improve, could develop over the past 12 months? Maybe just let's go around. Stefan?
Okay, thank you, Joachim. So since last year, we have had many discussions with many airlines. We have seen a level of maturity growing on the topic, which I think is very important. I think the concept high level are understood, what it means to transform from revenue accounting to order accounting are understood. We have seen a number of RFI, RFPs that we are engaging, and which is good because even though order accounting is at the end of the chain, it's very good to start now the discussion, because if we want to deliver value of this big picture of the retail transformation, we need to have end-to-end solution. I don't think we transform revenue accounting into order accounting just for the sake of, okay, we have simple flows, financials, some benefit in terms of automation. We do order accounting transformation because without that, we'll not be able to extract the full value of the retail transformation. For example, there is some use case, we've mentioned retailer supplier. Retailer supplier without order accounting simply does not work. So we have to move to that direction. So all the discussion happens, level of maturity growing. On our side, in Amadeus, we've continued to progress on our solution. We have seen a very interesting POC. I think we are doing similar thing. We know how to do some data acquisition on the order. We know how to do some simple accounting processes. And our strategy in Amadeus is really to align the roadmap order accounting in line with readiness of the offer order. We do it with Nevio, but we do it as well with our provider, with the modularity. And we want to ensure that order accounting is not blocking, is not on a critical path for the full transformation. So this is what we are working on.
Thank you, thank you. What is Hitit's view on that one?
I have a lot to do, a lot to say, but I think we have two main changes. One is in the system providers. We were getting ready last year, but now we can say we are ready. If the Big Bang will happen today, we are okay, because I can mention again that it is an end-to-end process, and we are ready for that process. But the main change happened in the people, revenue accounting people. I think it is the most important part, because last year, here again in this event, we saw the fear on their faces. Revenue accounting is a different process. It is different from sales, different from the operation. They have very, very strict rules. So they were all asking how we will replace it, what will we do. But this year I see that, and during all the year with our partners and potential partners, we see that the question changed, how we will implement it now. Okay. They are no more asking for, are you ready? The technical questions nearly completed, because they are all sure that IATA created very good standards for us, and we all have the providers working with IATA very closely, talented developers and IT guys, so they are sure that if the regulations are ready, okay, the technical system is ready, but how we will go live. And maybe lastly, they are no more requesting IT support. They are requesting partners who will they work together during this path. I can talk too much, but Philip, maybe.
Baku said she couldn't talk. Now she's taken well, good. So last year has been very good for us. Like I think when we talked last year, we talked about doing a POC, right? And we were in the stage of vetting out the standards, etc., that were there.
Yeah.
I think that particular stage has gone past our area. We are glad to announce, I think this year we are doing work with Wizz Air, which is going to be implementing very soon on the order accounting standards. And that gives us, I mean, you know, the size of Wizz Air is something like around plus 60 million plus, right? We get good scale to test out our order accounting processes on. Not only that, we are also excited by the kind of product mix that they have. And this is something that all our modern airline retailing is all about, right? How do we get this new product mix into the entire retailing world? Yeah, so you get to test out all of these kind of product mixes, etc. Just to tell you a short, we did a short test with them, around 250 kind of transactions. Without any changes, nothing. As is uploaded, we did more than 95% went through straight. Nothing. And this is thanks to the standards that we got. The standards are pretty strong and they are working, right? So there are some few things that require to be tweaked for the remaining 5%, and that will give us the throughput that we are looking for.
Yeah, I think as we heard earlier as well, the order accounting as such is much, much less complex than we know it. So that's also helping the industry a lot, I think. Yeah. Okay, Sebastian, please.
Yeah, what are the highlights, I would say, from Lufthansa Systems side? And I would focus on 3 highlights. The first point here to mention, and this is really important, is the product readiness, which we have achieved. So we have here our solutions direct on order, and the core components are developed and available. So for order accounting as well as settlement. And this brings us now into the position that we can directly start with the airline, so start with you, this transition journey. And this brings me to the second highlight. And you have seen it in the previous session. We started this journey already last year in October with All Nippon Airways for an order-based accounting POC. I think I must not tell too much because we had this previous session for it. But we already finished in this year successfully the first POC phase for these ancillary services, and it's live. So it's really in use. And so we communicate there with the order management system in real time, fully based on one order standards. And moreover, we also already received the delivery information and trigger then the final revenue postings. And this is the other topic, we also trigger the settlement. And this is the third highlight. So we developed in this year our own, we call it Cyrax Bilateral Clearance Manager. And this Clearance Manager, it's also based on settlement of order standards. So using also the settlement of order messages, but it offers you a direct option, a direct settlement with your settlement partners, independent if it is an agent, is it an airline, so the classical interline settlement, or how we have it done here in this case, ancillary settlement, so settlement with this ancillary provider. And yeah, this is the status where we are right now. And as Pascal also already mentioned, so we have several other POCs in the pipeline for next year, so really now starting these implementations, and that's great that also order accounting is now really involved in this journey.
So the journey is kicked off, definitely. Yeah. Lee, please, a few words from you.
Okay, we conducted one order accounting POC with Singapore Airlines. The scope covered order sales, delivery, and refund accounting. The communication between the OMS and the order accounting system is in real time. Meanwhile, we also compared low-cost carriers' order and one order. Found the core natures of them are quite similar, although the data formats are different. This gave us some inspirations on the order accounting system design. In the past year, we implemented the order accounting system to a low-cost carrier. In the production environment, we are able to process massive data and cover much more scenarios than POC. From last October till today, we already processed over 20 million ticketless orders. This helped us to have a deeper understanding on how order accounting works. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving on a little bit into interoperability, respectively modularity. as the next topic. I think that's also quite a key one. Maybe start with you, Philip. Question, when it comes to the current framework we are in with our ERPs, with our standard or legacy revenue accounting systems, what do you think is or will be the biggest challenges for us as the providers to integrate in the future our order accounting solutions with those, like the ERP, with those systems?
So I'll give a mix of technical and functional answer. Like, okay, so on a functionality basis, I think we have the right ingredients defined for in and out. We have defined our capability boxes well defined. But when we look at how these capabilities will work with each other, okay, those standards are still not yet defined very well. And I think as Excelia, we are trying to push forward for some standards that actually work on an interoperability, on the virtualization functions, okay, virtual integration. So these allow us to basically work together in a more modular fashion. Yeah. When you extend this to the ERP world, or if you look at CRMs like Microsoft Dynamics, or you look at HubSpot, or even Salesforce, they give you a lot of APIs to connect with. Okay, it's basically how you get that APIs back in and how do you connect with it. That is going to be essential how we actually build around our entire order accounting. See, let's not forget that, you know, at the end of the day, or when we do accounting, we are giving it a stamp of approval. And on that particular stamp, we're saying this value can be actually trusted, this value can be used for further down the line for all other reporting and all other purposes. Correct. And that is very essential when we do these integrations.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe, can I ask Lee about your opinion?
Okay, from my perspective, I feel the biggest challenge to the airlines is the overall one order project planning to coordinate the multiple applications to go together during the one order implementation would be a super complex task, I feel. We already, so far, we already integrated with the ERP system. The communication is at transaction level instead of batch level. So far, it runs well. Yeah. So I think the potential risk is the transaction level's volume is huge compared with batch level. The system performance could need to be pay more attention.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And in the same context, talking about data integrity and being able to control the data. In the future, what do you think, and maybe the question start with you, Sebastian, what possibilities do airline have when they run several modules from several providers to secure that the data integrity is watched and they have full control about the entire chain of process chain?
Yeah, overall this whole modularity topic, of course, it's important. And I think it's also one general approach behind IATA One Order, that you have this modularity, that you as the airlines get back to control, that you build your future environment. And of course, integrity is there then also an important topic there. And therefore, for this whole modularity, so we as Lufthansa Systems really fully support this. And for this reason, we participated in this year's IATA Modularity POC, so POC challenges. And we not only participated once, so we really participated in 2 different setups to show exactly this modularity. So one setup was, for example, with Sabre and their Sabre Mosaic platform, where we connected Cyrax One Order with the order management system there, and involved there as well where Google hired as a third-party provider, as well as Cellpoint Digital for the payment part. And the second setup where we also participated was together with OpenShore, and so we connected their Cyrax One Order with T-Retail, with their order management system. And involved there were as well, for example, Piano, we had also Aaron Guru, Rest2, so a lot of providers. And with these setups, we covered, and this was the amazing thing to see, we covered all the major components of this new modern airline retailing world. So in the second setup, we really had a product catalog. We had an offer order management. We talked about dynamic pricing, dynamic bundling, already included also with AI functionality, as well as the delivery. So we checked also in there the passenger without any PNR anymore, without any ticket or whatever, so really poor on the order transaction. And of course, with our part, then the order accounting and settlement part. And this was really amazing to see that all these components, different providers, are integrated based on one order standard, so based on NDC message schema. And yeah, this was the great thing. And we processed these there for all the use cases. So flights, so flight services were involved, but also flight-related ancillary services, as well as third-party products. And all of this in this whole process chain with the full integrity.
Okay.
And so we have proven it this year. And as I said, in 2 different setups, it's there, it's running, and it's working.
Interesting, interesting. Maybe, Burcu, can you tell us what is your take?
I can say that airlines has the freedom to choose the best system as per their needs, but this freedom must have a structure. In the new world, I can say that we have to talk the same financial language. And to provide this, I think I agree with Philip and Sebastian. We have to connect everything, and there should be one financial source of truth. Not only for order accounting, but for offer order management system, accounting, in all environments, there should be one source of truth. So if we do not have, if all the systems are talking a different language, then it will become different black boxes for us. We still have a lot in the accounting environment, so if we want to simplify this process, if we do not want to have new complexities, we need one unified platform. Who is the owner of the data, and we can integrate all of them. Just like in Crane, we have an end-to-end suite from sales, operations, till ERP, till a business intelligence tool, and we can integrate very different modules, but our partners know that the correct data is in Crane, it is in main, so they can make their reconciliation checks in, again, Crane. If we talk different languages, we can never complete this process. So we all must be in the same way.
Okay. Sebastian, you mentioned a buzzword or abbreviation AI. Maybe I can ask Stefan, when it comes to AI and transition, for example. So what do you think, what role can AI play when it comes to the transition phase from our revenue accounting today to an order accounting tomorrow?
Thank you, Joachim. Yeah, AI is not new. So this is true that 2-3 years ago, it was clearly not in our radar. Started 1 year ago. Now it's a reality. So this is very important for the future of order accounting to have AI, let's say, as a core design principle. By the way, it's also valid for revenue accounting. I think we are working in the end to enhance revenue accounting with AI, supporting the transition. So we know the challenge of the transition, the coexistence, the reconciliation of order and tickets. When it's come indeed to provide, let's say, more capability for data accuracy, reconciliation, even, let's say, more simplicity in our processes, AI will have a very important role to play. So I think we are already integrating, let's say, those principles in the solution. And I think now it's a no-brainer that we need to enrich the vision, enrich the products with those capabilities.
Philip, what is your take on that one? I would be curious, to be honest.
AI is child play. I think everybody's using AI nowadays on their laptops, on everything, whatever that they can get. But actually, AI is, I think we're just learning the power of it, right? We are just getting to understand what it can do, what it can't do. Let me just give a simple off the head, like if you look at the context of migration, right? You could use AI to find, browse through your database and find all the use cases that are there currently and create an entire set of use cases that you may have with AI. Yeah. So there are multiple things that you can do as far as data migration and some of the other things that you can do. You can do mapping of the current structures to the new structures. So we get a lot of things. What AI gives us next stage is something very interesting, because till now, wherever AI is used in the airline industry and some of the other areas has been on the periphery, which is using LLMs, using some of the other things to basically get and do something and get a tick in the box. But the real power of AI comes when you put it inside your core. And along with core processes like agentic AI and some of the new things that are coming out like embedded AI and even predictive AI, you can really leverage the way AI actually functions in your entire organization. So we are just getting started. The only advice would be, knowing the kind of POCs that we are doing, you need to put certain guardrails. You will hear the favorite word called hallucination. I thought I was sleeping and dreaming about something, but this is real. You get to start seeing that. And then you need to basically correct it, make sure that it is controlled in the way that it doesn't become a kind of a hindrance in your progress. Yeah? So AI has absolutely brilliant potential.
Yeah. And moving away from AI as such and looking into transition more holistically, question probably for you, Lee. What in particular, how can your solution support the transition, the overall transition from revenue accounting to order accounting?
Okay. In ACC's solution, we have ticket processing and data processing, two separate workflows in parallel. After data processing, we merge the ticket and data into one common database for accounting and reporting. Airlines are able to get the whole picture from this common database. There is a payment reconciliation module inside to handle the sales, billing, settlement, and bank data reconciliation. This fits for both ticket and order. We also built a bridge between the ticket and order. During the one-order transition, we could have such a scenario. A passenger purchased a ticket from the traditional ticket channel. Later on, the change of this ticket is done in the order channel. With this bridge, we are able to connect the ticket and the order together to get the complete information for accounting. From ticket to order transition, the number of tickets will become smaller and smaller. The order volume will increase. With this two workflow design, we keep the current ticket revenue accounting logic unchanged to handle the legacy ticket. With more and more orders come in, the order accounting workflow will grow up and become the main road to the 100% one order. This is a brief, high-level solution from ACCA.
Thank you, thank you. Maybe Stefan, the Amadeus view on that. So how would you help?
Yeah, so transition is clearly one of the big things that we need to crack.
It is.
So we know that whatever we do, we'll have to manage a coexistence between an order world and the ticket world. What we see is that as well, that will be different stage of the transition. For instance, in Amadeus, we're already implemented with our Nevio customer. We have native order, which are created from, for example, from digital application. Behind the
Who is it?
Yeah, so it's some sabotage. So behind the scenes, there is always a ticket, and it works for the first stage. It's fine. Offer are simple, still compatible. So now we know that we will enter very soon a second phase. We have new use case, retailer, supplier, new type of offer, which doesn't fit in the UPSS, doesn't fit in EMD and tickets, which is where we start to enter the famous transition. In Amadeus, we try to be open and flexible. So with the modularity, we'll have to manage different type of scenario. A scenario when we may have a revenue accounting aside of an order accounting system. This creates challenges which are not necessarily addressed. We have to be a bit humble because having two systems create quite good challenges when it comes to reconcile what is the source of truth for the financial reconciliation. So one challenge to be solved, but in theory possible. A second option will be indeed to ensure that we have systems which are able to process both pure order accounting processes together with some legacy when legacy is required. And we know that legacy processes will be required, for instance, with partner, because you may have still internal in tickets partner for the next 10 years. It's important for the business of an airline. They will keep it, so we have to manage. So that's the second configuration. And ultimately, the things we need to crack is not to create too much complexity in transition, try to make it seamless. So we believe there is a path, and obviously that's really the big tickets that we need to crack in probably the next 18 or maybe 12, 18 months, so that each airline defines their own path. That's the way we approach on keeping it open and flexible.
All right, understand. Looping a little bit back on what was the entry joke, so to say, making order accounting or finance really sexy. When it comes to data, let's say, maybe I start with you, Burcu. Would you see or how would you see the potential that the data we are getting through order accounting, or could we unlock more data? Could we unlock data faster than we have it today? So, do you see potential here?
Of course, I see the potential. We will go there, but step by step, with small steps. So how we are working with our partners now, they have to start from many years we are talking about it, starting with the NDC process. Just like that process, we told them, let's start selling through NDC, and then you will get a better understanding. So how we started with our partners, we already have our offer order management system. Let's start sales from there, including ticket and coupon still. But you will get an understanding how it flows. And in parallel, let's run the order accounting for them. Both legacy and order accounting runs will be there. And then at the end of the day, you will see that you are getting the same correct output. I think this will take some time, but not too much time, because I see that the finance people are trying to involve very early. You know that currently they are at the end of the process, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, they are just checking the reports, checking the outputs. But now they want to involve starting from orders. So it is, I think, a wonderful thing for them. So they will have an understanding, and by time they will see that, okay, I can get my data in near real time. Because we are heading for this. This project is for this. When they understand and they will request, they will bring us near real-time data flow. But only the people working for accounting will do this. And finally, finance, commercial, and revenue people are starting working together.
Which is good.
Yes.
Very good.
They collaborated, and because we encouraged them, it is the only way you will know about the end-to-end process and fasten the project to be live. Now I see that they all want to go live.
Yeah, I heard this a lot, that we need to break down those silos we are having sometimes still, unfortunately. Sebastian, can I ask for the Lufthansa Systems vision on that?
Yeah, so to your question, I would also say absolutely yes. So, but what we must say is, on airline side, accounting or the accounting department is not the trigger for this whole movement to modern airline retailing offers and orders. Of course, the trigger is in the more retailing shopping part as well as the distribution side. But of course, to move it into production, to bring it live, the whole process chain must support this new world. And as you started this session, also this finance, this accounting part is sexy. Only when you look on this, because I have also said it already last year, what we have seen is that also only in this area, you can have cost savings of up to 70% on transaction level. When you compare today a ticket, an EMD, which is processed based on the legacy processes with all the complexity, proration, audits, the lift process, manual workload in interline and so on, and compared with the new standards, also that we now use latest technology and so on. So also this part is sexy. We're talking about then real-time order accounting and settlement. We're talking about full automated processes and all these cost reductions. So also this part itself, it's really attractive.
I think those cost reductions, they definitely will sound sexy in the ears of a CFO, I guess. All right. However, talking about time and timeliness of the availability of data, maybe I ask you, Philip, on wouldn't you see a need for reviewing, for example, settlement cycles today, or the entire settlement process being more addressing that need for the airline to have almost a near real-time processing of data?
That's a good question, because I mean, the more airlines that I interact with, right, we get two generations, one that actually understands our processes, and there are all the new youngsters that actually come into the organization trying to figure out what's happening in the airline industry. And the first part does understand our, the processes that we got, 4 + 4 + 4 months. Nobody talks about it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So when you go back and say, why so long? Whereas if you go back and see payments today or settlements today, they are all instantaneous. They are all, so what is it that is holding back, right? It could be technology, it could be that we don't trust each other. There are lots of technologies, there is blockchain, there is lots of other things that can actually make sure that, you can trust each other. Yes. But there is no requirement for us to really go with those strange periods anymore. We should start looking at how can we do much faster settlements, how can we do things better, faster, and adopt all the new things that the industry is, actually the world is doing. Yeah, we cannot be behind now. This is the chance for us to go in the front of where we were, and this for us to really kind of lead and use this opportunity to really relook at all our processes, whether it is selling, front end, settlements, all the areas.
I guess also there must be an industry mandate for that one anyway.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
Since as time is almost up, or it's up already, sorry for that. Just one sentence quickly about what is your opinion? Are we ready to move forward in probably at a faster pace now? Can I ask everybody?
I think we're ready. I think we need to accelerate. So order accounting will be a reality in production, I think, pretty soon, probably 18 months. So indeed, retail supplier, we need to accelerate. I think it's clear, but I think industry will be ready. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Pochu.
And lastly, I can say as a provider, we are completely ready. And our people are nearly ready. They will come back with us.
Thank you.
I don't think we have a choice. We are going into production, so we have to be ready.
Yeah. Wisely said.
Yeah, also from Lufthansa Systems side, I would say we are ready for these finance processes with our product tax on order, and we have also proven it with this ANA POC, with this modularity POCs. So yeah, it's time to continue the journey.
Lee, famous last words.
The motivation, what is motivation to airlines to see the benefits of order accounting is important.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that will close the session. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. It was a very, very interesting insights. And yeah, I hope for you folks too. Thank you.